Welcome back to JAFM Audio. Today we are talking season prediction for the New York Yankees.
Yep. And I know you're a little concerned. The Yankees have had some injuries lately, the biggest one being Garrett Cole
Oh
going
yeah.
down for the season with Tommy John surgery. So it's, you know what? It's a little reminiscent of last year. Yankees went into the season last year without Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole was out. He missed half the season. He had an arm issues. This year, you're not getting him back midway through the season. This year, he's going to miss the whole season.
Yeah.
And the other difference is there's no more Juan Soto on the Yankees. So the Yankees have some question marks here, man.
Yeah. I think this season is going to be a lot different from last season. I think we're going to have a lot of different expectations this year. Um I don't think anybody's expecting a World Series this year.
Really?
From the Yankees?
So not even a visit to the World Series?
Maybe a visit on that's like on the upside. But
Okay.
I know with all the injuries right now, Cole out for the year, we lost Soto. I don't think of course we want a World Series, but do we really expect a World Series win
Well,
this year? I don't think, if we're being realistic, I don't think anyone's expecting a World Series this year.
okay. Well, here's my take on the Yankees. I feel like there are a ton of question marks. I feel like there were a lot of question marks before the injuries. Now I feel like there's a lot more. But at least going into the season without the injuries on the pitching front, you guys would have been okay. You had Garrett Cole number one, Max Fried
Yeah.
two, Carlos Rodon three.
Yeah.
You would have went Luis Hill four, Clark Schmidt five, and adios Marcus Stroman. Now, as it stands, Marcus Stroman's going to be playing
He's gonna be playing a lot, pitching a lot of games. He's
yes.
right now. They say he's our number 3 guy. So is Rodon, Fried, Stroman. Um, it's interesting how much injuries affect the outlook of a season.
Yes.
No Cole, Hill won't be back for a while.
Hmm.
Very that definitely affected our starting rotation. Now we have a guy that we tried to trade off the team. We tried to get him off. Now he's our number 3 guy, and he's gonna be pitching a lot more than expected.
Yeah.
So
Well, you sound down, man. I got to be honest with you. You sound really, really down. And I'm going to give you some reasons to. I'm going to pick you up a little bit. Can you mind if I pick you up or what?
well, we're talking about pitching right now. The starting
Okay.
rotation's not looking good, but I do think our lineup. Our lineup isn't as bad as I think our lineup is pretty decent, to
Let's
be
go.
honest.
Let's go through the lineup.
All right, let's go.
Who's going to be leading off for the 2025 New York Yankees?
So interestingly enough, this guy has been having an amazing spring training. No other than Austin Wells leading off. So they're projecting Austin Wells to lead off. He was hot spring training. He did
Yes.
really, really well. Hopefully he carries that into the regular season.
All right. So as of today, he's batting 372 with 6 home runs and an OPS of 1.263. Very impressive.
Very, very, very. And last year was his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
We're expecting him to have an even better sophomore year.
Right. So he's 26 years old, right? He's young. It looks like the only way to go from here is up with Mr. Austin Wells. So let's look at that as a bright side. You have a young catcher who's going to get better, right? That's what we're leaning towards.
A lefty hitter in Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
The short porch, use it to his advantage.
But they have him in the leadoff spot.
They do.
Okay. I don't know if I love it, but okay.
I don't hate it considering how well he's been hitting. So maybe, maybe he'll find his role here as a leadoff.
Okay. Batting two. We got.
We got Aaron Judge.
Okay. Well, we don't have to talk much with Judge, right?
Yeah. We already know what to expect out of Judge. Not the greatest spring training, but, it is what it is.
He's having a horrible spring training. He's batting under 150, I believe. But he did the same thing last year. And even last year in April, he wasn't really doing much. And he turned it on in May, and he had an MVP season. So you don't have to worry about Aaron Judge. Let's just hope that he stays away from the injury bug.
Yeah.
And so you're 1-2, Wells and Judge. Okay, I like it. Go ahead.
All right, number 3, we have former MVP
Well,
Cody Bellinger, center field.
okay, listen. Here's the thing with Bellinger. You can either have a good season and be surprised by him and say, wow, this guy just batted 279 with 29 home runs
Mm-hmm.
out of the 3 hole. Or you may get a 220 with 19 home runs and he misses 30 games. The guy does miss games every year.
Yeah.
And he averages like 135 games a season. But let's try to make this a positive episode today for the New York
Yeah.
Yankees. I'm with it.
I think,
So there's a big upside there.
yeah, there's huge upside with Bellinger. He had a great spring training, excellent spring training.
Okay.
Um, he's going to be protecting Judge. Let's say they try to pitch around Judge to get to Cody. He should get a lot of pitches to hit this year. I think his numbers go up this year. I think he has a great season.
Okay, spring training batting 400 with 50 at bats. That's pretty good. That's pretty impressive.
Extremely good.
3 home runs, a 1.124 OPS. So 1, 2, and 3 are looking okay.
I think that's extremely good.
like
so I do too. I like it a lot.
Okay.
Let's hope he keeps the hot bat throughout the season.
Go to the 4-hole.
4-hole. We
Clean
got
up.
former MVP Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, another former MVP.
That's 3 former MVPs right now.
Yep. So this spring batting 297 with 3 home runs and a 1.003 OPS. The guy is up there in age. He's towards the end of his career. But he's just a couple of years removed from an MVP.
Yeah, I think I think ultimately we got a bit of an upgrade at the first baseman spot
Over last year.
Over last year.
Yeah.
So I think we definitely got better.
I think he could have put
from that
me
position.
there, though, and it would have been an upgrade.
Excuse me?
I think he could have put me there this year, and it would have been an upgrade.
This is not MLB the show, James.
Okay.
This is MLB real life.
A little overzealous.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, Goldschmidt upgraded from last year.
Yeah, I think it's a good upgrade from Rizzo. Rizzo was hurt a lot of the season.
Yes.
I'm not mad at it. I think he also has a lot of upside too.
Yeah.
He should have a good season this year, Goldschmidt.
Well, let's hope. Like I said, he's up there in age, but he does play a lot of games. Last year, 154. The year before, 154. The year before that, 150.
Talk about consistency.
Very
right?
consistent. Yes, very
Let's
consistent.
go.
So the hope is right now that he can play a full season and give you, what he can give you in terms of his averages, which would be, mid 20 home runs. And, we'll see what happens there in the 4-hole. So not too shabby, 1 through 4. Go ahead.
All right. Next, we have Jazz Chisholm Jr., second baseman. They moved him to second base now. No more third base, no outfield, second base.
So he's a starting second baseman. This spring,
That
he's
is
batting
correct.
205 with 3 home runs and a 7.55 OPS.
Yeah, what I'm looking for out of Jazz this year, I really want him to embrace his potential. I want him to embrace his talent. I think he can hit way better than what he has been. I think he can be way better than what he has been. He can be an all-star. I think this may be a good year for him,
I do believe this is his walk year also. I believe he's a free agent after this. So
Yeah, he might be,
He's been
playing
for
with a little
contract.
extra chip on his shoulder. So
Yeah, I thought he would be in the leadoff spot, to be honest with you. I thought I would have. If it's me, I probably would have put him leadoff.
yeah, a speedy guy.
Yeah, he has to get his on base up a little bit, but I think I put him in the leadoff role.
We'll see. Austin Wells leading off is still a new, I guess, development. It's been working. He's been hitting well out of the leadoff spot.
Okay.
Things change throughout the season. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
But I do expect Jazz to have a good year this year. Definitely better numbers than last year.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing how he does this year.
All right, sounds good. I like it.
6-hole, we have Anthony Volpe, the starting shortstop for the New York Yankees.
Okay, can I say something now about Volpe?
Of course.
Put up. He has to do what he has to do now. He hasn't been consistent. He hasn't been the guy to come in and take that. I mean, he's obviously the starting shortstop only because there's nobody else to play shortstop, to be honest with you. He hasn't really claimed that position. All right, this spring he's batting 216 with 4 home runs, a 744 OPS. Last year, what did he do last year? I got the numbers here. He batted 243.
He started hot last year, then
Right.
he kind of slowly declined.
And this is what gets me. He's a 243 batter, but he has an on base percentage. An on base percentage under 3, and that's a problem. If you're not going to hit the ball hard, you're not going to hit it with power. You got to get on base, and you got to find ways to draw walks.
Yeah, I do think we expected more from Volpe last year.
Yes. It's time now.
It's definitely time. I'll be honest, I expected more from Volpe last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to expect from him this year. I hope we get that Volpe we had early in the year, where he was just on fire, getting on base,
Right.
stealing
And
bases.
granted, he's still young, but
Yeah.
his numbers have gone down in terms of power. His home runs have gone down. His base on balls have gone down.
Mm-hmm.
He's not getting on base. He's 293 on base percentage. It's not gonna work. He plays a good shortstop defensively. You can argue maybe he's a Gold Glove caliber shortstop. He's won one before,
Mm-hmm.
although that was questionable.
Relax, relax.
But he's just not hitting. He's becoming an automatic out in the lineup.
Oh,
And if
the
you
disrespect.
listen,
Volpe.
I'm just looking at the numbers, man.
No, I can see your point there. I think it comes from the fact that we do expect more out of him,
Mhm.
and because we're not seeing that, I guess the way we view him is changing.
I'll give you a bright side with him. He plays the whole season. Played 159 his rookie year, and he played 160 last year.
Reliable.
So expect another 160 there.
All right.
Hopefully.
So coming in the 7 hole, very excited to see this guy, Jason Dominguez. I am excited to see him actually play a full MLB season as the starting left fielder.
So am I.
Very excited.
Not so much on the defensive side of the ball, but definitely
Offense for sure.
100%.
I'm looking forward to seeing him. We lose Soto. We lose Soto's bat in the lineup. I'm not saying he will hit as good as Soto,
Right.
but
I think he can give you Verdugo's numbers. No, I'm serious. I think he can give you those numbers.
I think he can do better than Verdugo.
Well, of course, but I'm saying if you're replacing, he's replacing Verdugo.
Yeah.
So I believe that Jason Dominguez can surpass Verdugo's numbers of last year.
I would hope so.
Yes.
Dominguez, switch hitting left fielder. This is going to be his first season
Mhm.
starting left fielder.
Yes.
I'm excited. I understand he had a few mishaps during spring training in the outfield defensively.
Yeah.
That put a lot of question marks in a lot of people's minds about his glove on the field.
Yeah.
But honestly, sometimes you really can't make an excuse for a major leaguer to drop a pop.
I don't think he's a great. I don't think he's a great outfielder. Now he's gonna have to work on that.
Yeah,
I don't think he's a great outfielder, but I think he can be a great hitter.
100%.
Right now the DH role is it's toss up. It's iffy. You have Judge who has to play there a lot. You got not a lot, but you want to get him off his feet once in a while. You got Stanton when he comes back. He's a full-time DH.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be tricky now, but he's gonna have to work on his outfield defense.
I agree, but he's young. I think he'll get it. All he needs is the reps. Once he gets the reps in there, he'll be fine. If the bat could stay hot, I'm fine with that.
281 average in the spring with 3 home runs and a 796. Yes,
I like it.
I'm excited to watch him play.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Hopefully he becomes a beast for the Yankees. In the 8 hole, is the DH. Now, this is probably going to rotate depending on who's pitching, who comes in and hits, who comes back from injury. Right now we have Ben Rice, and he had a little hot flash. I don't know if you remember last season.
3 home runs in one game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ben Rice. Coming in at the DH spot, young lefty, versatile, could play first base. They tried him at catcher. Right now he's going to DH. That's what's open right now.
Yep.
I don't really expect too much from Ben Rice. I just hope he can be more consistent.
Okay. I think he's
that's
gonna surprise you. 259 in spring training with 5 home runs, 880 OPS, and 58 at bats. And I heard he put on some muscle this offseason.
Been in the weight room.
So he's hitting the ball harder.
Yeah.
The exit velocity. I think it'll surprise you, especially out of the 8 hole. I think he's gonna be all right, man. He had some reps under his belt from last year. I think he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm a fan of him. I do hope he performs well. Now to round off the lineup, the number 9 spot, Oswaldo Cabrera starting at third base right now. I'm not mad at that. I kind of thought he deserved more playing time last season. When he was in the lineup consistently, he would actually do pretty well, in my opinion. I'm not mad at that. Oswaldo Cabrera, I think he's solid. I think he's a great player. I think given the opportunities, he will surprise a lot of people. I'm a fan of him.
I'm not sold on him, man.
You're not sold on Cabrera?
I'm not. And the only reason why he's in this lineup is because
people are hurt.
Well, I mean, even DJ LeMahieu is just not it. I think if DJ LeMahieu was healthy out of the season, like 0 for 15, which is very likely,
Mhm.
good. I think you would start hearing it from the Yankee fans, the boos every time he got up to the
I
plate.
think Cabrera was like a fan favorite though. Like
Listen, you
I
can
know
be
there's a,
liked,
yeah, you could be liked and you could be
but
good.
come
Like
up with the bases loaded with 2 outs, or runners in scoring position a bunch of
he hit a
times.
few, big home runs last year in
Uh,
big spots.
well, 247 average last year with 8 home
That's not
runs.
terrible.
It's not terrible. His on base percentage was 296, below 300, which is
That's
terrible.
not great.
Right. So, and he played 109 games, 300 at bats. So there's a large sample size there. I just don't see it with
Out of the
him.
9 hole, you don't think so? You don't think that's decent?
Yes, it could be, but
Switch hitting third baseman now.
I think as it stands here, I don't think. I mean, I know he's in a 9 hole, but if this lineup could afford that, where you put someone like Oswald in a 9 hole and let him do his thing, that's fine. But you're gonna
Yeah,
need production from a bunch of people.
yeah, I agree.
It's
It,
just right now. It's a stance. If I'm a pitcher, an opposing pitcher, and I'm coming to play pitch against this team, Judge is the only one that I make sure doesn't. Anyone else, I go after.
yeah,
Prove me wrong, and once you prove me wrong, then maybe Goldschmidt. He's a veteran. He's gonna do his thing. Bellinger's the big toss up here.
you think so?
Oh yeah, Bellinger can really make this team a
He could,
few
yeah,
games
yeah,
better.
that's true. If Bellinger can hit well, can stay hot like he's been doing in spring training, then
Yeah,
I think we'll be okay. Um, that's it for the Yankee lineup. I think we'll be okay for the season.
how you like the
As
bullpen? You
long
like
as
the
people
bullpen?
hit.
Devin Williams, he got his beard back. He's able
Oh
to grow his
yeah.
beard.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
God, because he didn't look too intimidating without that beard.
Well, that's
got
probably why they brought it back.
You got Luke Weaver.
Yep.
You got Devin Williams.
Oh yeah.
You got Mark Leiter Jr.
We got
They brought back Tim
a few
Hill,
arms in there.
right? Tim
Yeah,
Hill,
yeah,
the
yeah.
lefty. Okay, the bullpen's gonna be all right. Usually the bullpens are right for the Yankees.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think the bullpen is really too concerning. I mean, we got a pretty good bullpen.
What's
I
gonna
think
be
right now the starting rotation
right?
is really the question
That's gonna
mark
be
of the
scary.
team.
And if they can't give this Yankee team the innings, and you're gonna have to constantly rely on the bullpen, they're gonna wear down. They're gonna get tired. This Yankee team, it's probably coming into the season with the most question marks I have seen in like the last 20 years. I gotta be
Yeah, I
honest with
mean,
you.
how can you not when your ace pitcher goes down? Then you have Luis Heel. You could argue the second best pitcher goes down. He's injured right now. Then we lose Soto out of the lineup. Now we lost Soto. We lost an amazing bat out the lineup, but we added a few other pieces to help, I guess, extend the lineup and maybe balance it out a bit more. Because let's be honest, last year it was Judge and Soto, Judge and Soto. If these guys didn't get going, we weren't scoring runs. This year, we added a few pretty good bats to the lineup, hopefully extending it, um, rounding it out, more balance. I think this team is gonna surprise a lot of people this year.
I hope so, for your sake. Well, here we have it, March 27th, opening
Yeah.
day, right around the corner.
Yes, we face the Milwaukee Brewers opening day. I think this opening day series is going to be, I guess, the first kind of test because this team is not a pushover team.
No, Milwaukee's always good.
Yeah, but Milwaukee has a good team. I think this will be a good gauge to see how good we are to start the season.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. I think we're gonna surprise a lot of people.
3:05 start Thursday the 27th.
Oh yeah.
You got Freddie Peralta versus Carlos Rodon on the mound. Opening day, man. I'm ready to go. I'm excited.
I'm excited. Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Tune in
very
because
excited.
we're gonna be covering the Yankees quite often this year, the good and the bad. And unfortunately, I think there's gonna be some bad, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. But tune in, and we'll be covering them.
Yeah. Tune in. I think there's a lot to look forward to this year. I'm excited to see how they're gonna do. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.